with our intern program, it's obviously important, and I'm conscious of like quality time, making sure you guys are getting access to me, getting a chance to ask me questions, making sure you're getting some experience, learning stuff, thinking about stuff you can apply. So if you could get inside my head and ask me any question, what would it be?
I have to say, literally, like, in the point that I am, like I'm probably got like a year and a bit of uni left. What is your top tip in kind of getting from that uni stage to getting actually into your career and getting a job?
If I look back over being at university myself, I did 2 years of technical college, or TAFE if you like, and then 3 years of uni. And if I look at the people that advanced really quickly, they did what you're doing, which is do an internship. So I spent time like working on a building site, and and working in restaurants and working in bars and hospitality. And there were people that I was at uni with that literally were doing internships and trying to get casual work at the businesses that they would then go on to be. And I guess the advantage was, for those people, if I look back and look at who they were in their socioeconomics, they were living at home, their parents were paying for stuff, and they could do that. I couldn't do that. So I couldn't connect it in my head. So I guess that's a mistake I made. The mistake I made was not going straight in kind of right now and trying to get the work experience, even free as a volunteer. I didn't do that. I waited. I was like, right, I'll finish and then I'll go and I'll get my uni degree out of the way and I'll go and think about a job. And I guess I wasn't really clear at that point in time. I was going to go into construction, and I was like, I'll just get the degree and then I'll go do something else. So I think my top tip is, if you think about that story and you think about the lessons learned, is you can accelerate right now, which is what you are doing. I think that this intern program is a talent scout. For me, it's a talent scouting program. So I think if you're serious about your career and you want to get some experience and you want to earn some money, like, put your hand up to come back and do casual work. Now there won't be as much diversity because you like go from being an intern where you get to explore lots of stuff, but then you come back as a casual and you might be doing something, but kind of on an ongoing basis, and it's not something different every week. But where the advantage is in that is you'll get good at it. And I think that there's too many people making the mistake of trying to try a bunch of different stuff. They don't give themselves an opportunity to get good at something. When you get good at something, you start enjoying it, right? And I think people misconstrue or misrepresent this idea of, I don't like it, in place of actually I'm not good at it, so I don't like it. And I can tell you now that where I'm at in my career, when I get in flow, it's because I'm like, this is easy, I'll just get on with it because I know how to do it, because I've got experience. So I think practice, pushing through the adversity of not liking something, because the better you get at something, the more you'll like it. And it does take time, so give something time. So do what you're doing, do the internship, do some casual work, give it time doing some of the same things so you get good at it, because once you're good at something, you're good at it forever. Like it's, unless it's like stretching and being flexible, which you do get, but there's a lot of things, like particularly knowledge. Knowledge isn't something that you lose, and it's laying the foundational bricks for the rest of your career.
Do you say then it's better to be specialised in like one or two areas, or kind of just be good at like a bunch of areas?
For where you are right now, this is advice for you right now, like university graduates, is get specialised in an area. Try and research if that area is popular. So if you're specialised in an area that's needed by lots of businesses, you're more likely to get a job. If you're specialised in an area that's not needed by lots of businesses, you're not going to get the job, right? It's going to be more competitive. And I think that's where people are like, I don't like that, and they're worried about what they do or don't like, instead of can I or can't I get a job. It's going to be easier to get a job where there's a lot of jobs and stuff's in high demand. Right now, for anyone watching this video, it's content marketing. So every single business needs content marketing and needs people to produce that content marketing in-house. Now, right now, not every business is investing in that person. But in 5 years from now, every business will be investing in that person. Every business, and there's fucking not many of them, has a website. And even if they don't think they have a website, they have a Facebook page, which is a unique place on the internet. Or they have a website, unique place on the internet. Or they have an Instagram page, unique place on the internet. So what's going to happen over the next 5 years is specifically this work, if you're watching this particular video and you're listening to this, is that content marketing in-house is a thing. Like, we're doing it, Look at the size of our team. We get a little bit of stuff written outside by freelance people, but not much.
If you looked at someone's resume and you were hiring for a job, what are probably like the top 3 characteristics that you look for?
I guess I'm looking for people to have had a crack at a few things. I'm looking for an exact match. I'm reading between the lines. Can this person learn? Can this person suffer adversity? Can this person stick at something? Is this person prepared to do things not for free but on a voluntary basis? So is this person volunteering? So for your level, right? So I give different advice to a 45-year-old manager, but I'm like, is this person prepared to volunteer? And I'm not saying go volunteer at the soup kitchen. It could be teaching kids soccer, or it could be or kids netball, or kids sports, baseball, whatever, or swimming lessons, because you're passionate about something and you're prepared to back yourself and you're prepared to do it for free. There's a lot of people out there saying, I'm not doing it unless I get paid for it. I was like, well, I'm not looking for that person. I'm looking for the person who will spend a bit of extra of their own time to figure something out, because I paid them for the whole day and they didn't figure it out, and they're like, all right, I'm not going to go home yet, I'm going to stay until I figure it out, because I don't know how to do it, but he's paying me to try and figure it out, and so I'm going to actually get on board, because when I figure it out, then I'll bag that as experience. So I'm looking for shared investment, right? A lot of people are like, just give me the job, I'll figure it out. It's like, well, how long is that going to take? You know? And so if someone can actually be committed to it as well, I'm not asking people to do ridiculous extra hours, but throw in an extra couple of hours or be interested in it. The next thing, and probably the final thing I'm looking for, is the interest in the work area outside of work. So I will, for marketing people, check their Instagram. I will check their TikTok. I will check their Facebook. I will check their social media. Not because I want to stalk them. I'm looking to see if they create content and if they're experimenting in their own way outside of work. So if someone's got a very black and white life where they do this at work and they do something completely different outside of work, that's not going to be very attractive to me, because what they're doing outside of work, I'm trying to see if that's going to inform how they can improve at work. You with me? Mm-hmm. So when I'm looking at CVs, particularly for junior, like young people who are getting started in their career, not junior, but getting started in their career, I'm looking for that.
Is it better to focus on the short term or your long term goals, would you say? I know it's important to do both, but what would you prioritize? What's coming in the short term or something that's going to be a couple years down the track?
I think if you can see something down the track that you want to do, then you want to keep that in your peripheral vision. So because you will kind of do short-term things along the journey to a long-term outcome, for example. You definitely don't want to go in that direction. Like if that's your goal and you want to do something particularly,
don't turn around and go.
Don't jeopardize that, right? So that'd be my advice. Like, I do think focusing long term, but you also want to be mindful and present. So if there's opportunities that come up, you kind of go, okay, well, yeah, those are great opportunities, go do those things, and kind of work out in your mind how that can help you in the future.